Hey there everyone, how's it going?
Hello.
So I'm starting off a new LP with my buddy here.
The donut has joined.
And I shall be doing...
is knocking things over. My bad.
And, I shall be doing Metroid Zero Mission.
Metroid!
I could have started off with the original game on the NES, however, my buddy here opted for the remake because it was the remake.
It was more likely to run better, or to record better.
Planet Zebs. I called this place home once, in peaceful times, long before evil haunted the caverns below. Now, I shall finally tell the tale of my first battle here, my so-called Zero Mission.
Congrats, you got the morph ball.
Indeed. Every Metroid game, as far as I'm aware, kind of differs on what it gives you as an upgrade first. If I remember, let's see. This one you get the morph ball. In Super Metroid, you also get the morph ball first. I believe in Metroid 2 you get something. I believe in Metroid 2 you get the. I think in Metroid 2 you get the rocket launcher first?
Would make sense. I mean, both of these kind of make sense.
In Metroid Prime you actually get the missile launcher first.
Yes, I do remember that.
Yeah. Metroid Prime 2, again, missile launcher first. Metroid Prime 3, again, missile launcher. How many enough?
We'll see what happens in 4.
Indeed.
So, remind me, there's always a reason why you have to start all of your stuff over with these games, right?
In the first game, it's because Samus had an explosion. Okay. In this game, she doesn't exactly have her various suit.
Right.
This here's actually just her standard power suit.
Right. You know, first game makes sense that she wouldn't have any of her upgrades.
Yes. In Metroid 2, I think that was because, God, I don't really play Metroid 2 in quite a bit. Let's see.
You got the long beam.
Yeah, that's for some reason. Yeah. My beam going around longer or whatever is for some reason a separate power up.
Yeah, it just means more range.
Anyway, I think in Metroid 2, I think the reason why Samus often defaults to her standard variant or power suit is due to the fact that she just does. In the Prime Trilogy, or should I say now Quadrilogy,
Yeah.
fucking... she defaults to the very suit because it's... I guess because it's her usual suit.
That makes sense.
And see, Metroid Fusion, I'm not really sure what is the first upgrade in that game. I've not played Fusion at all.
Well, we'll find out.
Indeed. In Metroid Dread, I believe the first thing you get is actually
What is Metroid Dread on again?
Switch.
Can I borrow that?
Sure.
Sweet. Ew, get it off. It's a bug!
If I remember the timeline in this series is actually, let's see, it's Metroid 1, then Metroid Prime,
Oh, okay.
then Metroid Prime 2 Echoes, then Metroid Prime 3 Corruption, and
So the Metroid Prime games come first.
they're in between essentially.
Well, yeah, between 1 and 2, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But of course, they were not completed anywhere near first. Or before 2, I mean. Ooh, you got the charge beam.
The Prime trilogy, fucking, they came out, let's see, Prime 1 came out, I believe, like, let's see, it came out like...
Here, I can look it up.
First Metroid was in 1986. Prime 1 was in 2002.
Yep.
So I'm guessing you're like, let's see, I think 26-year gap. A 26-year or 36-year gap.
Hold on. $16 years. Because you said 1986, right?
Yes.
16 years.
Between Metroid 1,
Between Metroid 1 and Metroid Prime.
16-year gap. No, damn.
Yeah. Heck, there are modern series that have had a longer gap. Just between some of their games.
Oh, indeed, indeed. Let's see, back during the 2000s, I'd say was the best time for Metroid because we honestly got like 2 Metroid games at the same time back then. In 2002, we finally got Metroid Prime and Metroid Fusion.
Yeah.
In 2004, we got Metroid Prime 2 Echoes. And Metroid Zero Mission, this game.
Nice. Which Metroid Zero Mission is just a remaster of 1.
It's a complete remake of 1, yes.
Okay.
Also, people... a remaster and remake are 2 different things here. They're not the same.
Yeah. Nice.
Thank you. I think while I'm here, I'm going to do some cleanup before I move on. No, I'll get the bombs first. Those that help.
Yep.
Now, folks, here's something you should know. My first Metroid game, like, I first started Metroid with Metroid Prime 1 on the GameCube. It was one of the first games I got for the system itself.
Nice. I never owned a GameCube. First console I ever played on was a PlayStation 2.
PlayStation 2, I believe I got that around... I believe I got the PlayStation 2 first. It wasn't mine, but it was my uncle's. But still, we got that first.
Yeah. PlayStation 2 wasn't mine, it was my sister's.
Let's see. We got the GameCube a bit afterward. It was first my other uncle's. Let's see, the PlayStation 2 my Uncle Ernest had owned, let's see. He actually owned a lot of games on the PlayStation 2, honestly. He owned Samurai Western. A very underrated game. Very underrated. Let's see. He had the Star Wars Battlefront games.
The first time I ever played those was actually on computer. It was one of the first computer games I ever played.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
Let's see. He had...
Second computer game I ever played was Dawn of War. That's just because my dad left it open on his computer. I was like, ooh, this looks like fun.
Let's see. He had Max Payne. He had Grand Theft Auto 3. And San Andreas. Let's see. He had Devil May Cry. He had,
You know, I didn't know anything about Devil May Cry until I met you. I had never heard of Devil May Cry until I met you.
For the longest time, I've only ever known for the... Let's see. For the longest time, I only knew the first game itself. I didn't exactly, let's see. I didn't exactly revisit Devil May Cry until I had tried the fourth game on PC.
Would have assumed you played Devil May Cry at like 3 first. But I guess not.
Yeah. I played 4 first, then played 1, then 3.
And then 2.
No, 5.
Really?
Yes. And then I played 2.
Huh. So I played 2 before you did.
Yeah,
I didn't ever beat 2 because, as you well know, 2 is kind of atrocious. But
I got farther in it though.
Yeah, you did. No, you can get it. I believe in you. Aha!
Now, folks, I love Metroid to death. I do. It's it alongside Resident Evil is one of my all-time favorite franchises. That won't change at all. And Metroid Prime is actually the reason as to why I got into the series in the first place. and why I bought the rest of the games. My first exposure to my first exposure to Super Metroid was actually playing. It was actually playing on the Wii Virtual Console.
Okay.
Where I bought it for like $3.
Nice. Why do you have a... What is with these bugs?
I don't know.
Alright.
Let's see here. Where am I headed? Down there.
Aha.
Also, I saw recently that I saw the Nintendo Direct, and what is it? They finally showed off Metroid Prime 4,
Nice.
which is glorious.
Yep.
And for news about that game, what I found out was that, let's see, I found out that somebody who used, I found that someone used to work at Retro Studios, and she was in favor of the idea of making Samus trans.
Which would make no sense.
I know. They're part of the same crowd to where they... They're...
Wrong way.
Yeah. They're part of the same crowd to where they want to see more female representation in games,
Mm-hmm.
but they make the women ugly.
Ah, yes.
And for Samus, who they say is one of the first female protagonists, who is very strong, which is no lie, she is. Good God, she's a walking weapon.
Yes.
They want women representation, which is fine. I agree with that.
Again, same. As long as the characters are done well.
My problem with it, though, is the fact that fucking how can you say you want female representation and then make Samus trans?
Yeah.
Are you flat out telling me that Samus cannot do any of the feats that she has? Unless she was formerly a man?
No, man.
That's extremely messed up.
Yep. But such is that kind of crowd. They can't stand video games being made for specific crowds that aren't them.
They really don't like the fact that... Oh, good.
Nice.
Thank you. They try and make games for everybody,
Mm-hmm.
but the thing is, that never works because a game for everybody just ends up being a game for no one.
Yeah. Yep. If you don't have your specific audience that you're going for, you're not going to really reach anybody.
Exactly.
Thus why so many studios and so many games are failing so hard.
Here's something to note, everybody. When making games or doing Let's Plays or whatever you want to do, You can't please everybody.
Nope.
You can just please those who are actually interested in the stuff you're doing.
Yep. If you want evidence of that, just look at, well, most Western games nowadays, and especially Star Wars.
Yeah, should I mention the fact that...
Or Assassin's Creed.
Yeah. There are so many people out there who are actually bitching about the... They're bitching about the difficulty in Souls games.
That's kind of the point of the games. Like, I may not like Souls games, but that's the point, is for them to be difficult.
Yeah, then why are you gonna learn them? That's not a bad thing.
No, it isn't.
And as much of a meme it is to say get good or whatever, the thing is that...
It's kind of what you have to do.
Exactly. It's straight to the point.
It's trial and error.
Yeah, get good.
Get good at the game you're playing.
It's not a bad thing.
No. Sure, some people can say it in a mean way and make it sound like it's malicious, but really, all you really need to do is do exactly that and get better at the game.
Oh, of course.
It's like, learn what you're doing. Learn what you're supposed to be doing. Learn a formula that works for you. Like, one of my favorite FromSoft games as of late has been Armored Core 6. As you know, I have not put that game down hardly at all. I have beat it probably about 3 times now. Just for the fun of it. And I've found what works for me. What works the best. Wow. Samus doesn't have that problem that Mario has. She doesn't have to worry about being able to attack underwater.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, as I was saying, so FromSoft games are made so that you have to find out what you're supposed to do. What formula works best for you as a player. For me, as far as Armored Core, it was a lightly armored but fast mech with, a bunch of machine guns. So that I could just hit things with unending amounts of damage while still being able to dodge a decent amount of damage. And it became just a war of attrition. And it worked. It worked really well.
Exactly. Here's the thing, developers.
Item incompatible with current suit.
Either employees or independent developers, either way, here's something you should know. You don't have to cater to everybody.
Nope, don't listen to Sweet Baby Inc.
You really, really don't have to cater to everybody.
The worst thing a studio has done as of late is listen to Sweet Baby Inc. Oh wow, nice. Nope.
And to listen to people like that is the reason as to why a lot of things tend to
Nice.
They either get screwy or they bomb hard.
Mm-hmm.
If you want an example, then look no further than Star Wars: The Acolyte.
Yeah, Star Wars: The Acolyte has been terrible, and it's not developers, but
it is right now the worst rated and the most hated TV show of all time.
Well, one of them. I don't think it's the most hated, but it's definitely up there. It is for sure bad. And honestly flies in the face of, well, of George Lucas's creation.
Yeah.
To the point where I think he's honestly more ashamed of it than he was of all the people making all these books back in the 2000s.
Uh-huh.
Because his main gripe, at least from what I remember back in the 2000s, was it was just getting a little too convoluted because so many people were making so many stories. Nowadays, it's just people deciding to ruin things for the sake of, you know...
We want representation!
Not even that. It's for the sake of just their political agenda, which isn't what media should be for. At least not creative media.
No.
You know, if you want to have those characters, fine. Just do them well. Don't have that be their main, the main reason they exist, or the only reason they exist. You know, if you're going to make, say, like, a trans character, don't have it be that obvious. Just go, hey, this is this character, and that's it.
Exactly.
You know, it shouldn't be, this is this character. They're trans because of this, that, and the other thing. Nobody cares.
And frankly, the same can be said for gay characters.
I have said it before, I shall say it again. Who you sleep with is between you and whoever you're in bed with. I don't care. It's not my place to tell you how to live. But, if you start ruining my stuff, I'm not exactly going to be happy about it. And I'll say something.
I do, in fact, have a favorite gay character. And it is Kung Jin from Mortal Kombat 10.
Wouldn't know. Never played... Well, I can't say I've never played Mortal Kombat. I just don't play Mortal Kombat because it's not my cup of tea.
Kung Jin in Mortal Kombat 10 is Kung Lao's cousin. And Kung Jin is gay.
Okay.
He joins the Shaolin monks because he wants to... He joins the Wuxi because he wants to be a monk like his cousin Kung Lao.
Okay.
And honor his family. However, for a while, he's very hesitant on the matter.
Right.
And it's due to the fact that monks have a giant distaste for gays.
Okay.
And so Raiden pushes him to join the Wuxi.
Okay.
As Kunja is hesitant, and what he says is, I can't, they won't. And Raiden tells him, he's like, they only care for what is in your heart.
Mm-hmm. Aha, a new artifact.
And not who your heart desires.
Yeah. Ooh, the ice beam.
Yep. Kung Jin is, in my opinion, a fantastic gay character because, he's not exactly a gay character. He's a Shaolin monk who happens to be gay.
Yeah.
He has a purpose. He's there for a reason.
Those are a bunch of Metroid eggs, aren't they?
No.
It looks like it. You can't say that it doesn't. For sure, it does look like it. But I think it's just because of the color palette. Anyway, yeah, no, you're correct in that's how, these kind of characters should be portrayed. It's not as... By the way, you have this upside down.
I do?
Yeah, this bit. But we'll fix that later.
Yeah. The thing is... If you try and make your character being gay the the only interesting thing about them, then it just makes them one-dimensional.
One-dimensional and
One note.
very boring.
And frankly, I think it'd be... You have that gripe when it comes to Connor from Assassin's Creed 3.
Yep, I do. Connor is extremely boring outside of the side missions. And, you know, I know there are people, I was one of them for a long time, who didn't do side missions because that wasn't what I was there to play. I was there to play, you know, the main story, and the main story was lacking. Just because of how terrible of a character Connor was. Because throughout the main campaign, he's just a guy with a chip on his shoulder.
Where's Charles Lee?
Yeah, he's a guy with a chip on his shoulder and revenge on his mind, which all Assassin's Creed characters, to one degree or another, at least as far as the main assassins, have that trait. Where for the most part, they are just very revenge driven. Ezio was that way. Altair was that way.
Actually, Altair was not going for revenge.
Well, a few times he is, but not as his main thing, but still.
If I remember, was it in Assassin's Creed 1?
Assassin's Creed 1, he's just extremely cocky.
Yeah, that's what it is. He's very cocky and he learns to be humble.
Yep. He has to relearn the creed, because Assassin's Creed 1 was just to teach us the creed.
Indeed.
And I think Ubisoft needs to go back and play that one again. Because they themselves have forgotten the creed.
Never compromise the Brotherhood.
Yep.
Always
and that's
hide.
all they've done. Is compromise the Brotherhood.
Always hide in plain sight.
Hide in plain sight, stay your blade from the flesh of the innocent, and do nothing to compromise the Brotherhood.
Which is exactly what Altair ruined, because...
He did none of those.
He kills an... Okay. He kills an innocent old man in the beginning of the game.
Yep. So is that just your default laser now? It's just the ice beam?
I think I could turn it off. Let me see. Oh, I can't.
That's fine, I was just curious. Anyway, back to Assassin's Creed, we were saying.
Yeah. He rushes in head first to try and kill Robert. Gets stopped. Let's see. And he then ends up leading. He ends up leading. Here it is. He causes an ambush to happen to his assassin friends. Or assassin brothers.
Yep. And, to an extent, he kind of leads them back to Masyaf.
Yes, he does. He causes Malik to lose his arm. And he causes Malik's brother to die.
Yep.
And not to mention, he ends up failing to retrieve the treasure that
he was sent there for.
Yes.
Which is the Apple of Eden, which was located as part of the Ark of the Covenant.
Yes.
Which, if you're religious, kind of like I am, I'm Christian, it's a little surreal what some games will do with
Christian mythology?
I wouldn't call it mythology, but yeah, sure, that works.
I can't really call it anything else.
Yeah. Like, I think honestly my favorite version of things being kind of messed with a little bit, for the sake of their story, was the darkness. And how much that messes with Christian canon. Where it plays with it. And I think that's honestly kind of fun. Anyway, we should probably get to a save point and sign off for the night.
One right here.
Awesome. Well, thanks for listening to us rant, everybody.
Indeed. And with that, folks, we'll catch you guys later.
Later.